Speeches by Ms. Helen Tibado, Regional Director of Philippine Information Agency in Baguio City, 4th ASEAN China Media Cooperation Seminar in Beijing, China, March 24, 2010. I bring greetings from Philippines, 7,107 islands, and best wishes from the Philippine Information Agency. Being person in media, we all trace our roots one way or another too. Traditional forms of mass media. A. Print. That is newspaper news. Service, magazines, and the like. B. Broadcast. That is radio. C. All television. The audiovisual broadcast medium. This we have lumped together as three media: print, radio, and TV. We also have other traditional forms of getting messages across mass audiences, such as theater, movies, and the like. In the traditional or static flow of communication, source, messages, channel, receiver, and effect. We all had our particular choices or individual access to media channels. Those in rural or mountain regions could not have daily newspaper but had their dose of daily news over their transistor radios. Remember those battery operated boxes. The flow of information and communication, whether it be broadcast or print, was controlled by various gatekeepers, whether it be the journalists themselves or the owners of the media outfits. This has changed radically in the last decade. It seems there are no more gatekeepers because access has been open to almost anyone with a computer and a terminal or connection to the World Wide Web. They say that communication is life. I agree. It is a lifeline. Communication empowers individuals and groups to actively participate in communication affairs. In today's age of digital, interconnectivity, multitasking, and online webcasting, we see different processes of communication. We see more and more personal self-expression, and this was enabled anyone, the budding writers, photographers, bloggers, and even information officers to shine in a web company or virtual world. We are no longer constrained with terrestrial boundaries, geographic terrains, communication protocols. Islander, mountain dwellers, and provincial folks can now link up and their choice of word news just like. A New York-based executive, the word solution has a broader meaning and one needs to be degree holder or a communication graduate to be able to contribute news stories and articles to local and international publications. The popularity of weblogs or vlogs has made it even easier for online use to come up with posts packaged as online diaries, journals, or facts presented in text, graphics, or photos, audio, and video files. Gone are the days when journalism is synonymous to the print and broadcast medium, and communication courses nowadays highlight the multimedia character of the profession or career. Today, editors and publishers of various media outfits are receiving more contribution from non-writers than during the time of typewriters, telex, and telefaxes, real-time viewing, and computing. Please allow me to further share some of my experiences and personal thoughts on how we as partners in development can further strengthen our bilateral linkages as global citizens. Sometime in 2002, my 12 years old daughter, Tam Jewel, went to Shenzhen, China, together with an adult mentor to receive the United Nations Environmental Program, or UNEP, Global 500 Award of the EcoWalk Environmental Program of Baguio City, Philippines. Along with awardees from other countries, the Global 500 honorees were featured and interviewed by China-based reporters, including television, coverage by CCTV. We had photos and video footages of the event. If that event happened today, however, my husband, who did not accompany my daughter, would have recorded the CCTV awarding program in a computer and posted it in social networking sites like YouTube and sent the video clip as MMS multimedia service for the rest of the family to see and be informed. Be informed about. In 2002, I guess that there were only Yahoo, MSN, Hotmail, and GeoCities leading the web community, and probably Trepad.com. And Friendster leading the social networking site before MySpace and Facebook joined the bandwagon. I am also proud of the fact that when you say Filipino now, that comes to mind is the greatest fund for pound boxer Manny Pacquiao. Thanks to mass media and online video access, the exploit of Pac-Man is widely circulated. Footages of many of these fights, even the latest, were uploaded in the internet, and millions of boxing fans has relied on the net or the cheaper access of viewing. Case studies of media online advocacy. A. Private media. For the private sector, various media outfits has started campaigns to encourage the youth to be more participative, especially in the coming national election. A. Case in the point is the boto mo, ipatrol mo. Ako ang simula, initiated by one of the leading television networks, ABS-CBN. This roughly means report your vote. You are the starting point, and it is campaigning calling on Filipinos, especially the youth, to get involved by registering as voters and closely monitor the preparation for 2010 election race. ABS-CBN wants to introduce changes in traditional politics by empowering the youth through the multimedia campaign. www.inquirer.net is the official news website of the Philippine Daily Inquirer, one of the Philippine most widely circulated broadsheet, updated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, featuring the most current multimedia technologies and partnered with other news organizations. Inquirer.net provides the most comprehensive and up-to-the-minute coverage of both local and international news throughout the site's 7 channels: news, sport, showbiz and style, technology, business opinion, and global nations. More than just a new website, Inquirer.net houses specialist sites targeting specific audiences and providing customized services. Other media outfits have their own web pages and likewise their own pet advocacy campaigns, environment, global warming, or preserving local culture, and the like. B. The government sector. Today, all offices down to the local government units in the Philippines have their own websites which they use to promote their trade industry, investment, opportunities, and other profiles such as local tourism sites. My office alone, the Philippine Information Agency Cordillera Administrative Region in the highlands of northern Philippines, provides regular weekly news articles mailed as news packets to various media outfits. A single sending alone through the internet would result the publication by the three media to include web-based publication elsewhere around the world. We also provide free Wi-Fi services. My office is like a media hub, frequented by many reporters and news information on things happening in my region. For the national level, www.ops.gov.ph provides a window to the activities of the President through the Office of Press Secretary. www.pia.gov.ph provides news and information both national and local from provincial network of PIA offices. www. Philippine News Agency or PNA website is supported by the state-of-the-art news gathering system or NGS for the real-time posting of processed news and updating the news in the content management system of the updating of the website other contents. The NGS also facilitate new articles submitted by about the 100 journalists and stringer across country and several foreign-based correspondent. The authorized users, especially news editors, have their own passwords to gain access to the system. Likewise, subscriber and readers can retrieve news articles which were posted on the PNA website year ago. International cooperation was also central to our efforts to promote economic development, opening new markets, increasing trade, and providing leadership in regional and international organizations benefited our national economy. Bilateral economic, political, and security cooperation with such countries as People's Republic of China, Japan, United States, and others has been vital to the growth of the Philippine economy. With the signing of the framework agreement on expanding deepening bilateral economic and trade cooperation between the government of the People's Republic China and the government of the Republic of the Philippines, bilateral economic and trade cooperation would intensify within the next 10 years. The two sides will further enhance cooperation in the sectors of agriculture, fisheries, public works, and infrastructure, housing, mining, energy, manufacturing, textiles, and garments, industrial parks, and economic development zone, tourism, ICT-based education, container inspection machines, and trade promotion. C. Personal computing social network. When I googled search China's top 10 best social networking site in the net, I learned that China is a word in itself, and so are Chinese cyber word. While the rest of the world generally sticks to Facebook, Orkut, MySpace, and etc. The websites in China have their own social networking sites, websites like Shanyu.com, Shenerin.com, and MySpace.com. These social networking sites still have to be explored further or possible sources of information as webcasters or news events. Social networking sites were integral in forming various local and international companies, as well as government offices that there were communities that were affected, that land travel was not possible for some time because of damaged infrastructure, and most importantly that there were people who needed help badly and immediately. Some companies responded to funding soup kitchens, others started fund drives and relief operations. The Army and the Air Force conducted mercy mission to isolated communities. There have also been instances when exchanging of emails and social networking have helped protect the lives of our expatriate workers in countries throughout the world. At the heart of this information and communication that promoted life and caring each other, need for ASEAN regional networking, I believe that when I said communication is a lifeline, we can indeed push and tow the communication lines to uplift human benefits and improve life no matter how strong or weak the bandwidth is. We all have our website and emails, personal as well as official, which can each access. I am very certain that technology will provide the messages for us to communicate better, faster, and more efficient. We just have to open our communication line as citizens of the global village. Allow me to suggest that we could explore country tours by delegation for one-site media and community visits. Best practices can be highlighted in such exchanges and further network cooperation can be promoted. Over 40 years have passed since man first launched the communication, satellite, and space. I firmly believe that we do not have to reinvent the communication system, but we have to communicate more often, no matter how varied our language and mediums of communication are. The fact that we are here in this forum and sharing ideas on new technologies and networking is an experience in itself which can be expanded, enriched, and further something to build upon. Lastly, let me share what our elders in the tribal village of my region are constantly reminding their younger folks with gods like this. Adi, tako bukudan, digawis epeyes taku. Taku, which is roughly translated as let us know not to be selfish with what we have, but rather share whatever bounty we can get. I believe that this is also applies to the field of communication and online technologies. Thank you and mabuhay.